Hey guys, Flippin' Landlord Ninja here with two guys' take on real estate. Today I wanted to talk about something that you're inevitably going to run into when you're owning rental properties, and that's actually filing an insurance claim. And one way that we go about doing it, and we found that saves us tons of times and makes us all a lot more money on our claims. So as always, we'd really appreciate it if you watch the video all the way through, subscribe, share, and if you get some good knowledge out of this, leave a comment below.
Two guys take on real estate.
Inevitably, you're gonna have an insurance claim, whether it be a fire, flood, whatever it might be. We've had tornadoes, we've had so many different things. And I'm actually going through one personally in my house right now. Even with my personal house, I originally tried to handle it myself. And that's often, when you're going about, especially as small landlords, you're often ready to fight the insurance company and try to get the max dollar you can. And often you want to do that by yourself. And so you get your quotes together. You call the insurance company. They send out their internal adjuster, and they come out. They make all their notes. You talk to them. You negotiate with them. You kind of help them understand your side of the story. But inevitably, that internal adjuster works for the insurance company. So I find that often that they're really not your best friend. They actually are there to work for the insurance company and get the best deal for the insurance company. And I've heard different stories that they get paid based on the claim size, all this kind of stuff. But still, inevitably, my experience is that they're not the ones that really generally help you. What I've also done in the past that I've tried is actually got all 3 or 4 different quotes from different contractors and tried to do the best I could. I read through the insurance policy, tried to make sure I'm getting the best dollar, and it was always a fight between the IA and myself, the internal adjuster, and never really ending up where I wanted to be. Kind of go through and I'll show you what recently has happened so we've had actually a claim recently where in our house we actually had let me look it over here. So we've had a roof leak right there, and we had a big windstorm happen, and not only did it happen right there, this is our dining room. I mean, crazy. I had to rip down the sheetrock. It was pouring in, and it was all from a windstorm that happened, and basically, damaged the roof. We had, debris from tree branches falling and all that kind of stuff. So we had the IA out, and they came out and they did a whole claim on the house. And I talked the guy up and I explained, oh my God, there's clearly a lot more work that needs to be done. And I really tried to, it seemed like he was on our side. Well, when he came back with his claim, it came back around $9,000 and change, and I had to pay a deductible, all that stuff. And so basically the insurance company sent me a check for $7,000. Well, that's not gonna cover putting a brand new roof on. That's not gonna cover, the mold remediation, time also, out away from the house. And even just like when you're doing the rental, there's going to be loss of rent income. So you do the loss of business income. You're going to have to possibly move the tenant out into a temporary housing. You're going, we want to make sure you're properly remediating the mold. You're going to, sheetrock, repaint up. Well, now the floor slightly got damaged, so that you have to do the whole floors over, all the stuff. And I knew that the claim was worth a lot more. I just didn't have the time to argue with them, trying to make sure I got all that together. So what we've done in the past, especially with all of our larger claims, and I was, thinking I wasn't going to need to do it with my personal house, but honestly, I thought the personal home insurance was going to be a lot easier and they weren't going to try to jip me. Well, they clearly did. And so what I did is I've called my public adjuster. So a public adjuster is an adjuster that works for you. They're out there working for you. They're going to go through your claim, and they're going to go through your insurance policy. They're going to come out, also take all their pictures, write up all their quotes, and they're going to go through and make sure that they, check all the boxes in your claim to make sure you get maximum dollar. They also know the right wording on how to make this claim to make sure that you get the maximum, like for instance, wind damage on the roof, stuff like that, to get the best claim that you can get. And so basically they've come back, and now we're out close to, you're almost done negotiating, but we're gonna probably come in around $55,000. So we went from basically a $9,000 claim to a $55,000 claim. Yeah, I'll walk away with after deductible. You will have to pay a public adjuster a small commission. That's all negotiable, 7-10%. but it's so worth it. Obviously, if I had paid even 10, 12%, I mean, that on a $50,000 claim, let's just say that's $5,000. I clearly got more than spending the $5,000. So very much worth it. They not only that, they save you a lot of time, and as an entrepreneur and small business owner especially, you're going to want to leverage your time as much as possible so you can be out there finding deals or whatever, the best aspect you work, or renovating the properties if you're fixing and flipping. You don't have time to argue with these insurance people and argue with the adjusters and get tons of quotes for people to come out and all this kind of stuff. No, you want to focus on your business. And so by delegating this to a public adjuster, you're now leveraging it. You're going to probably get a higher return because that's what they specialize in doing. You're going to pay a little bit of money there, and you're now going to be able to focus on what you do. So if you get a chance, I'd highly, highly recommend finding a public adjuster. I think one of the best ways I've found is finding other landlords in the area, getting a referral. I guess is it just like anything else. It's word of mouth is some of the best ways I've gotten a lot of my contractors, as well as insurance agents, realtors, all that kind of stuff. So if you talk to a few people, whether it be insurance brokers or if you talk to other landlords in your area, I'm guessing one person, one public adjuster especially, will be come up more often than not, and that's the guy or girl that you want to be talking to, and get them on your team and basically say, hey, I'll give you all my claims. This way you can get the best rate with them. Ideally, of course, once again, you want to negotiate that rate as well, because obviously you don't want to throw money at them, but still, they're worth it, and that's going to be something that's going to be really, really valuable for you. So I highly recommend looking into that. Also, once again, I mean, this is, if you're focusing on your flipping, this is a good video right here you're going to want to check out. So this way you can, once again, leverage your time, so you don't have to worry about the insurance claim, have the PA do that, and you can be fixing and flipping. All right? Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one.